Alright guys, as you saw in this intro, I have a lot of different versions of the same movie. Very little difference in these. This is mainly for people who are collectors who want different variations of a movie. These are going to be all DVDs. I do also have the Blu-ray version. That's in my first part. That was in the anthology Superman collection that I have. But this first one right here is the standard 2-disc special edition version. Basically just has the movie, all the special features in it. Nothing special about it. Then next to it I have Superman Returns. This is a Target or Circuit City. They're owned by almost the same people nowadays. This basically comes with a special comic book and a slipcover. It's the exact same as that one right there. No difference. If you take the slipcover off, it's the same one. Now next to that is my second favorite one. That one is actually a 2-disc version that comes with a exclusive comic book and a special slipcover. Again, this one actually opens up like a book. I really like this one. I'll show you that one a little bit later. But my favorite version is this bad boy right here. This is a lenticular cover, and I'm actually glad you see it like this so you can see that it does transition. Great slipcover. But again, that's the same one as that one. Why? Because I'm obsessive, that's why. Now this last one here, this one is the Superman Returns Lunchbox Edition. I didn't know there were lunchbox editions of movies out. I have this one. I have some other stuff I'll show you in a later video. Now this one is the standard 2-disc collection in a collector's Superman Returns lunchbox. The other thing you get in this one is you get a comic book which comes with every version. The last couple versions, that I had done before. So you really don't get too much difference out of this. I know a lot of people are like, why do you do this? Why have all these versions? Why not? You know, I'm a collector. I love my movies. And Superman is one of my favorite superhero movies. If not, he's not my favorite character. I'm not going to lie. If anyone who knows me, the original Robin, Dick Grayson, is my favorite character. I'll get into that at another time, but for right now, that's my Superman Returns collection. Now here's just a touch of history on it. Alright guys, quick history of Superman Returns. Bryan Singer, who is known for doing the X-Men films and Usual Suspects, really loves the Superman character. So much so that he made this film as a homage to the Dick Donner Superman films, Superman 1 and 2. So much so that he actually put this in between Superman 2 and 3 as far as chronological order. This literally takes place right after Superman 2. And when I say right after, they keep this kind of storyline is not done really well. It was possibly the most boring Superman film we've gotten because he only punched an island. You think you get caliber actors like Kevin Spacey playing Lex Luthor, Kate Bosworth playing Lois Lane, James Marsden playing her stupid idiotic love interest, Frank Langella as Perry White. You get Eva Marie Saint, Cal Penn, Sam Huntington, Parker Posey. I hate Parker Posey. I hate her with a passion. Every role she plays, she's an annoying bitch. Sorry, it had to be said. But it introduced us to Brandon Routh. He played a great Superman. He actually embodied the Christopher Reeve character. I mean, hell, he looks like Christopher Reeves. But the movie was just boring. It's nothing to do with him. It's just this movie sucked. You thought getting Kevin Spacey in here was going to be great. We'd be able to get a really good menacing Lex Luthor out of this. No. He was a joke. He was basically like a modern day Gene Hackman character who in the 80s we wanted him to be kind of jokey. But this was just terrible. You know, and did you guys know that John Peters, who produced the Batman films by Tim Burton, and I believe he did the ones with Joel Schumacher, is actually a producer on this film with Bryan Singer? It just keeps getting worse. But, well, I shouldn't say that. John Peters has done some great stuff. The man's just crazy. But that's going to be it on here. I'm not going to go into the story because the story sucked. Real quick thing, he went off planet to look for Krypton, which he should have already known was destroyed. But he comes back, we don't see anything from outer space except for what's in the intro. He comes back. He doesn't want to really be Superman anymore. But then here comes a big old airplane accident. He has to become Superman because he has to save Lois Lane. Lois Lane says that she has a son. She is also in love with somebody else. Wrote a Pulitzer Prize winning piece that said, "Who needs Superman anymore?" So he's basically like, "Go fuck yourself, bitch." And then this little kid, who we all know is Superman's kid, gets stronger around kryptonite. I couldn't quite understand that. And by the way, this Lois Lane is the worst mom in the world. Taking your kid to a dangerous situation like that was dumb. I don't care if she knew he was Superman's son. That was stupid. And Superman becomes a voyeur. He's looking out people's windows and X-ray visioning houses. Really creepy stuff. But this whole thing was about land. Lex Luthor wanted to purchase more land made out of Kryptonian dirty crystals. Yeah, I don't get it either. It was horrible. After this, I don't think Hal Penn did much. He did House for a little while, then he stopped acting. he went and did stuff with the president. He said, "No, that's okay. This didn't work." But that's gonna be my Superman Returns collection. That was my little rant. For someone who ranted on this movie like I did, I have a lot of versions of it. But when we come back, I'll show you my Man of Steel collection. Alright guys, welcome back. This is going to be my Man of Steel collection, obviously. I don't own a ton of different stuff, like with my Batman stuff. I don't own a lot of it, but what I own is pretty epic. Yeah, I actually used that word. Now, Man of Steel came out in 2013. This was basically the reinvention of the DC cinematic universe, because before this, they were not connected. So with this was actually directed by Zack Snyder. But did you guys know that Christopher Nolan is one of the producers on it? And he worked with David Goyer on writing the script for it. So, without any further ado, let's get into these things. Alright guys, continuing with my Man of Steel video. This is actually the collections that I have. I guess really can't see it starting on anything else other than my digibook. This is actually the Blu-ray edition. This has a lenticular cover that changes between Superman and Zod. Very cool. The digibook is amazing. Gives you a lot of information about the movie that you don't already know. Digital copy and DVD come with that one as well. Now with this one, this is actually the one that I got first. This is a regular Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD copy that comes with two figures of Superman, obviously, and of Zod. It's actually called, as you can read, the Man of Steel Figurine Limited Edition Gift Set. I don't know what's so limited about it. I find this everywhere I go. eBay, there's people on YouTube who are selling their copies of it. But as you can see, it comes with a Superman statue. Not the best looking figures in the world, definitely a little cheaper than you would like. But, I mean, for an edition that I'm not going to open because my digibook is already open, this is pretty good. It looks good on the shelf, so I said, why not? I'll go ahead and I'll see what I could do with that. I didn't know about this next one until I was watching another YouTuber, John Flickster. He did a video of an unboxing of this. And this is actually the Man of Steel Limited Edition S-Shield. This is actually, and I'm going to try and get a tighter look on that one. Whoops. Alright. This is actually number 11,062 out of 50,000. So hopefully you're able to see that. But, big fan. Go back. This is really cool. I definitely want to do an unboxing on this one. This S-Shield is awesome. It comes with a clear stand that allows you to display it outside the box. I don't really have a need to display it outside the box, but it's always good to have. Now, if you guys are following me on YouTube, you know, and I'm going to pull back on this bad boy. This is my Man of Steel Limited Edition Coffret, which is French edition. This comes with a statue. That's why the box is so big. It's 90% statue. I'll put a link down below for that. That was one of the first things I did as an unboxing. I really wanted to show this off, so definitely keep your eyes out for that. Like I said, the link will be down below for it. This comes with the Blu-rays, the DVDs. Gorgeous piece. Definitely check out that unboxing. But these are my editions, as you can see. And then when I come back, we'll go into the history of Man of Steel. show you the editions of Man of Steel that I have. Now let's actually get into the history of the Man of Steel. This came out in 2013. This, as I stated earlier, was the reinvention of the DC Cinematic Universe. We didn't know at the time that that's what they were doing. We just thought that this was more Superman films they're making. Because let's face it, the last one we had prior to that was Superman Returns. So people were very leery about touching Superman, which is stupid. All you need is a good script and a director who knows how to take that script and put it on the screen. There are a million of directors out there who could do it. And thank God they got Zack Snyder. You've seen 300. This man has a visual style that works. His Watchmen, amazing. I'm definitely going to be doing a Watchmen video because I have a lot of editions of Watchmen. Some I really want to get, but that's for another time. Now, this starred Henry Cavill as Superman slash Clark Kent. This is a reinvention of the Superman origin. The bulk of it, the heart of it is the same. Kid comes from Krypton that explodes, gets adopted by a nice family, gets raised in the Midwest, and becomes basically our greatest superhero. That's in a nutshell. But with this version, they tweaked the hell out of it. You get Russell Crowe playing Jor-El, and I loved his rendition of it. It definitely reminded me of Marlon Brando in Superman the movie. Just really, really solid acting on his part. Amy Adams comes in as Lois Lane. Possibly one of the best Lois Lanes we've seen. She was smart. She wasn't stupid. You know, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler coming up, she figures out who he is, well, a quarter of the way through the film. Love it. You get Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White. Michael Shannon coming in to steal the movie as Zod. This, I mean, you still have that Terrence Stamp, voice in your mind, Neo before Zod, but he took it in a whole nother direction. And I love the history of Krypton in this. Now, Kevin Costner and Diane Lane play Ma and Paul Kent. This version of Paul Kent basically would rather his son just stay anonymous, not show his powers off at all, and just live a normal life. There's actually a scene that was in the trailer that just brought chills to you when they're doing the trailer. They're showing that Clark, as a child, saved his school friends on a bus by pushing it out of the water. The next clip you see is of Clark with his father on their farm, and he's like, "What should I do? Let him die?" And the next line that is said by Kevin Costner brought chills, and he just looked at him and he looked down. And he's like, "Maybe," which is just weird. He would have been okay with his son letting these kids die, just so he did not expose himself. Craziness. You get Christopher Maloney, who you all know from Law and Order, SVU. But this one, again, had Zack Snyder coming in as a writer, a producer. I think he produced it. He may not have. His wife, Deborah, may be the producer on it. But he definitely, obviously, directed it. Now, John Williams created the iconic Superman theme for the Superman movies up to this point. It was beautifully handed off to Hans Zimmer, who, to me, this is one of my favorite soundtracks next to Gladiator. This is so amazing, and it's great to work out to as well. But that's going to be it. Don't want to make this video too long. When I come back, I'm going to end this on my TV editions. So stay tuned. We're almost done. Peace. Alright guys, ending this off on my television collection. Don't have all the ones I wanted. I focused a lot on Man of Steel, and for some reason Superman Returns as far as my Superman collection goes. But I did forget one thing when I did my Batman video, and that was this one right here. This is the Birds of Prey complete series. Yeah, it sucked. It was on the WB, which became the CW and all that crap. And this was actually their version of the Huntress Batgirl, and I don't know if you really call her Canary. I forgot what the other girl's name is in this, but this was terrible. But as a completionist, and I got this super cheap. I got it for $5, brand new. It actually has a slipcover in it, so I can't complain. I love Dina Meyer, who flipped this over for you. who is Barbara Gordon slash Oracle, and they actually do have her appear in the show as Batgirl as well. There's some good flashbacks. Don't take the show for granted. It had potential, just not utilized the right way. Um, this character on the front, she's supposed to be the Huntress character. She is the one who is the daughter of Batman and Catwoman, and I guess Catwoman ended up getting killed. Batman went away and left his daughter to be raised by Alfred, I think. I'm kind of confused on that. Batman is an absentee father. That's what I learned in this. But they do show some flashbacks of the last time we see him where he's fighting Joker with Batgirl. There's no Robin in here. We thought at one point they were going to introduce a character named Robin, but they ended up naming him like Night Ranger or something. It was stupid. But love Dina Meyer ever since Starship Troopers, so that's really why I got into this. Love Redhead, so it's not a bad collection to have. They ended up getting Mia Sarah, to play Dr. Quinzel, who is Harley Quinn. She was a really cool villain in this. Yeah, there was obviously no Joker because I think Batman and Joker were both killed in their last confrontation. Again, not really sure. But then we come up with this one. Back to my Superman collection is Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman, Season 1. This has Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher playing Clark and Lois, respectively, and it wasn't bad. It was okay. This was on NBC, I believe, when it came out, and only thing I hated was that it was played too much for laughs. It was too tongue-in-cheek, but they did, the first time they ever made Clark Kent, a man, and not someone walking around being all meek and mild and all that. He didn't put up with shit, kind of like George Reeves. But I did like it. For a first season, it wasn't bad. Wasn't great. If I can find the other seasons cheap, I'll get them. If not, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'd rather try and find the Adventures of Superman with George Reeves. To finish this all off, I couldn't find a better piece to end this on than my complete series DVD collection of Smallville. This was one of the longest running TV shows ever. It started in 2000 and ended in 2010, so we get 10 full seasons out of this. Several times this show was going to get canceled, but it just couldn't be stopped. This has, obviously, on the cover, Tom Welling playing Clark Kent, and they had this famous saying through the whole series, no tights, no flights. They kind of played with that because whenever Clark would be possessed by anything, he could suddenly dip into his Kryptonian powers and fly around. Definitely the first 2 or 3 seasons when he was in high school weren't that great. He was a creature of the week, freak of the week, I think is what they call it. It wasn't until they brought in Erica Durance as Lois Lane that I think the show really took off, except for 2 people. You got your Lex Luthor, you got your Lionel Luthor. I will stop and I will say, also, Ma and Paul Kent were amazing. The parents in this show were fantastic. I'm not going to tell you who they are. Tell me who those 4 people are in the comment section below. You should know this easily. The person who played Lex Luthor is also the voice of the Flash on Justice League cartoon. So, a little FYI right there. But love this show because eventually they realized that people want to see the superheroes. We got to see the Legion of Superheroes. We get to see their version of Kid Flash or Impulse. We get to see Aquaman, Green Arrow, who becomes a key character in the show. And I actually like this version. It's prior to Stephen Amell playing Arrow, but this was still a really good one. We get Cyborg. God, there's so many characters. Zatanna popped up in here. Very quickly in the last season, Chloe tells Clark that she ran into a wondrous woman and a billionaire with tons of gadgets. So that's your Superman and Wonder Woman little jab in there. We wouldn't see those 2. We wouldn't see Green Lantern. I was hoping we'd see Guy Gardner or somebody in there, but we didn't. But this was so great because it was the parents and the villain who was the one that was compelling us. The person who played Lex Luthor actually left, I think, during season 7 maybe, and they realized the show just won't work without him, and they paid him a buttload of money to come back with a season finale. Just amazing. You can see that this is super thick. And again, these are DVDs. I'm sure there's a Blu-ray collection out there. I will be doing a proper unboxing of this. This is just to show you what I have right now. At the end of this, I'm going to tag on all the ones that I'm still looking for, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot. I haven't really gone through them all yet. I'm scared to, but that's all going to be at the end of this video. But that's it for me, guys. That's my Superman movie collection from the Dick Donner all the way down to the TV shows. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys have in your collection. Send me a picture of what you guys have. Until then, I'm Sean, your video and comic guru. This is Picture Book Drama, where it is always everything in entertainment. Hit me down below in that comment section, like I said. But as you can see down below, I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and I'm on Tumblr. So I am everywhere, guys. Let me know what you think. Hey, and if you got stuff that you don't want to add it to my collection, hey, more power to you. But until then, I'm Sean, your video and comic guru. See ya.